All right. Hello and thank you for tuning in for another episode of TGIF Renegades.
Coming at you. Yeah.
All right, wrestler. Sounded like a wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, wait a second. Don't crack your beer open
My
yet.
gosh. These entrances take so long.
I am Kenny, and this impatient pal of mine is Alex.
What are you, Arthur? You're Arthur and I'm pal now?
Yes.
How does
I'm
the
trying
go?
It's Jamaican. It's like a Jamaican theme, right? Or reggae.
Arthur's?
Reggae. A reggae theme.
Oh, hey! It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Kids,
Hey!
what a
Wonderful time of day.
We get to learn to watch and play.
Okay. Anyways.
All right. We have a great show lined up.
Hey!
We have a great show lined up for you. Wait a second. If you let me get through it, you can open the damn beer.
I'll put it over here.
All right. Our episode is titled Bowl Money.
Okay. So
Bowl Money. What's bowl money?
bowl money would be where I lose a shit ton of money every week at bowling.
At bowling.
So
bowl money for me is a bowl of money that's just my savings for bowling.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. But true enough, all the side bets, all that money just goes to
away.
somebody else's pocket.
Or actually, it sounds like you're saying bowl money. Like you're going to go to a bull riding.
Bowl money.
Yeah. Like you're a bull rider. So what comes to my mind, here we go.
What's on the mind of Alex?
I could just picture you being like, man, it's going to be a busy week for me. I got to earn some money. I'm going to do some bull riding. And you're like barebacking. But opposite of what so this is like a dream of mine. Opposite. The bull has clothes on and you're naked and he's riding you.
And he's wearing Arthur's clothing. The collared yellow shirt. Oh, I'm butt-ass naked.
You got a fucking 1,000-pound bull. Or like 1-ton bull. I think they're a 1-ton bull just riding you.
All right, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna reel this thing in real quick here. I know this is gonna come as a shock to you, but right now we're gonna be reviewing episodes of Full House and Family Matters, not Arthur. We'll give you some trivia. What's on the mind of Alex? So, where are they now? And a little bedtime story to.
A little sleepy sleep story.
All right, and I know you're waiting for it, so I'll just cut the shit. It's time to crack open a damn beer and get into this, because it is TGIF. And it is hotter than balls in this camper, I'll tell you that right.
Whoa, it's a studio. Sorry, Kenny. We all can't fix our AC units like you. Jeez.
It is not a studio. If it were a studio, it would be nice and air-conditioned and soundproof.
Yeah, I guess so.
Why am I
They
worried
got
about
my dad tapping on the window. God, he's probably going to tap on the window. So real quick, Kenny has to have his ice-cold beer.
Yeah.
You remember last week he bitched about it. So I did a little swapperooski. I swapped my warm beer for my dad's cold beer.
Yeah, there you go.
So I hope I'm probably going to get yelled at for it now.
Well, good. At least it's not me.
Yeah, that's true.
Then he calls me later. Alex told me.
He'll probably tap on the damn window. That's what I was getting to.
Mid-episode. Hey, my beer. All right, so we're going to start with Family Matters.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do some bowling.
Yeah. So season 1, episode 21. Title is Bowl Me Over.
Oh, boy.
Blow me over. It sounds like a Popeye.
Yeah.
Oh, blow me down. Whoa.
You're getting it. You're getting better.
I'm trying. The date on this one, April 13th, 1990.
Ooh.
3 days after your 3rd birthday.
Wow.
Happy belated 3rd birthday.
Thank you. Was I potty trained yet?
I would think so, I guess. So. I don't know. Well,
But,
so you said my theme of my birthday party when I was 4 would have been Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
What was yours when you were 3?
Probably Dalmatians.
My Little Ponies.
I never played with My Little Ponies.
Oh, okay.
I was into 101.
You were into
Dalmatians.
the 101.
Yeah. I love those little cute son of a bitches.
The IMDb rating for this Family Matters episode, 7.1.
Hey, that's good.
Pretty solid. All right, so...
You're not going to blow me over until it's like a 10.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think it'll ever happen.
I wonder if there's any IMDb ratings of anything ever that's 10 out of 10.
Not.
No. So the cold open has us in the kitchen with Eddie and Laura. Eddie is cutting like school pictures out.
Okay.
You know, because they come in like the full sheet of paper, and then you got to cut the individual pictures
of
out.
himself?
Yeah. And
Okay.
and Laura was doing the same thing, or I think Laura was like staring at her pictures. And Laura's complaining how she hates her school pictures. Her hair looks funny, her dress is ugly, and she's smiling like a goon. Eddie just,
okay.
Yes. He looks at the picture and he goes, "Yeah, that's you."
Oh, jeez.
And now in comes Urkel.
Dirkman.
He says, "Hello," to his photogenic little fox. And he wants to, today's the day they get to exchange school photos. Do you remember that? Do you ever remember? I remember having,
Yes, a little bit.
I remember having my wallet that had like no money in it because I was in 8th grade or something. And I had like all these girls' wallet pictures. And then later on I had your picture.
I do kind of remember you having that. But did you steal all those girls' photos?
No, they gave them to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Yeah.
That's the story.
You
and I'm
stole
sticking
mine
to it,
then.
right? But Laura says she doesn't think she can spare any of them. She only has 144.
Holy crap! We were talking about like tickets, how they're always going to concerts.
Yeah.
Think about that. Wow, what was that company? But like, that had to have been a couple $100 even back then for those.
Man, 144. Why the hell do you need 144? I mean, maybe she was exaggerating.
Yeah.
But 144 is a pretty specific
Of those
number.
shitty photos.
Right, yeah.
Jeez.
And back then they didn't, like, now you get pictures for picture day and you can get like a bookmark or a magnet.
It was just
these were just a picture, wallet-sized picture.
Wow.
After he says he will just stare at the real thing and gets like super close to her face, she hands him 2 class pictures and says, "Here's 2 of them. Don't bother me next year." Then he's all excited to go out and get his picture for her to exchange. Right. He leaves the kitchen, and Eddie questions if it's just him or does he get better looking every year. And Laura says, "It's just you." So now she gets a little one-liner back to his.
But I think he does get better looking.
He's getting better looking each episode, I think. Now Urkel comes back with a life-size cardboard cutout of himself. And Carl then walks in from the living room to the kitchen. And Carl walks in and looks up like all startled because Urkel's standing next to himself. And he looks all worried and he goes, oh no, there's 2 of them." So, why the hell would you think there's 2 of them?
Is that pretty impressive though that he has a cardboard
cutout of himself?
Back then, like, where do you go to get that?
I know.
Wow. Even for like the studio just to make that up.
Right, yeah. That was weird back then.
Yeah, I would think so.
But that was our cold open, so then it goes into the theme. That kind of sounds like the end of it, actually. Like the end of the intro. That's okay.
I'm getting better.
Into the episode
Why
now.
is my voice like this now?
Into the episode, we have Carl getting off work and entering the kitchen where Harriet is cooking.
Of course.
Or cutting stuff, prepping. She asks how his day was. And he says he just spent hours talking a guy off a ledge, only to find out it was the window washer. Why would it have taken hours? Like, could they not hear him?
That's actually really funny.
It was. I was cracking up at that one. Now Laura and Eddie enter the room arguing. It turns out Laura got the high score on Space Invaders,
Oh,
the video game, and Eddie's all upset about it. He says, I don't think girls should be allowed to play video games, period.
woof.
They should stick to cheerleading where they belong.
Whoa.
Right?
Yikes.
Guns a-blazing like a minute into the episode here.
I didn't know video games were like that back in the day where
Yeah.
girls shouldn't play them.
This is intense.
Well, okay.
Hey, this is only the start.
Yeah.
Hold on to your hats, people. Harriet does not like what
I would
she
imagine.
just heard. And Carl says he'll have a talk with him. So he leads his son out to the back porch. Back porch is back in here. And out on the back porch, Carl says the problem is he thinks Eddie isn't upset he got beat, but that he got beat by a girl. And Eddie goes, well, yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to drink my beer and listen.
Yeah, exactly. Carl explains that now in the 90s, men are not afraid of women who are smarter or better at sports, and that he needs to go in there and tell Laura that he's happy for her. He also says something about like the enlightened man. Like that's a theme. I think it's said later too. He says something about like the 90s men are enlightened men.
Right.
And,
Well, I would imagine women are amazing at that, like ninja food game. You know, where you're chopping
Harriet
food.
would be really good at that.
Oh, some people are not gonna like me for that comment.
So they go back in the kitchen, where now Rachel had come in there.
Oh no.
Yeah, but she's tame right now.
Okay.
Eddie says he's happy. He goes up to Laura and says he's happy for her, and she beat him fair and square, and she deserves to be the champ. And Laura says, Eddie, I didn't beat you. I crushed you.
Oh.
Wow. This is claws out.
I don't know.
here.
I'm getting sweaty. This episode is killing me.
Is it the heat or is it the situation? Where... So he says, you're right. Congratulations.
Okay.
Well, he kind of said something like, this is the 90s. I'm an enlightened man. And you're right. Congratulations. And everyone's like super impressed that he did that. And we go to a new scene. It's nighttime now at Bowl Panorama. Like when I was first writing this, I wrote Bowl-orama.
Oh yeah.
But then I'm like, wait, Panorama? That's not a name.
That's not. That's ridiculous.
All right, so the whole family now is down at the Bowl Panorama, except for Mother Winslow. No Mother Winslow or Little Richie.
Or Judy?
Judy was there.
Okay.
I did see her. But Rachel has a bowling ball in hand and says bye to Ted and Lowell and tells them they have great form. Harriet says, will you quit worrying about picking up those men and pick up that spare? And Rachel says, I can do both. She then bowls and picks up the spare.
Hey!
It was a tough one. I can't remember the pin numbers. The 1, 2, and kind of it wasn't might have been the 5.
Huh.
But it's a tough one. You have to get it at the right angle.
I usually get those quite a bit, Kenny.
No, you don't.
You sure?
You pick off the front 2 and leave that back one standing. I know it. Or just throw the damn thing in the gutter.
Hey, I'm a lot better now, Teddy.
Yeah. All right, so then Carl comes trudging over with a massive tray of food and drinks. I think Eddie yells, snack time! And Carl looks up and he goes, did you guys want something? Then he goes, he says that and they all kind of look and then he goes, and And Carl says, they should go, this is fun. They should go bowling every week.
Right.
And just as he says that sentence, Urkel comes charging in with his bowling bag.
Oh, gosh.
Hi, everybody. Apparently, in the conversation that they have here, he comes there 3 to 4 times a week.
A week? Holy cow.
He's a bowling shark. Is that what they call him?
Yeah.
Pool shark, bowling shark. So now Carl is up to bowl, and he gets ready to step up to the line. At the same time, Urkel approaches next to him. And Carl does like a gesture for Urkel to go. And Urkel does a gesture for him to go. And they kind of, no, you. And then Urkel goes into like the bowling etiquette. Well, the person on the left gets to go first. Unless you're in a league, then he like goes through the whole thing, and then Carl goes, "Well, you just bowl." He does. Urkel goes up to bowl, and bam, strike. So he's good. Carl rolls his, and all of them go down except for the 7-pin. 7-pin is left standing. And then Urkel.
How many shots do you think this took?
Oh, yeah.
To get exactly what you want.
Right. Maybe it was they just wanted one pin up. Doesn't matter which pin, but I don't know. But Urkel starts like critiquing his ball. You left it a little high in the car. Then he starts offering advice for how to pick up the 7-pin. And Carl, whatever, I think he just looks pissed the whole time. But Carl goes up. I think he says something about like, it's an easy shot. Like, I'll just go,
Yeah.
Then he goes up there and he misses it. But he's still pumped because they won. He says they won. But if Harriet strikes all 3 in the 10th, the girls win by 1 pin.
Oh, okay.
So he did a little preemptive.
Like
he was assuming Harriet's got to get 3 strikes in order to win.
She's a woman.
We won. Yeah,
she's a woman. She can't do that.
Exactly. You said it, Alex.
No, I just figured that's what Carl was thinking.
Oh yeah, that's what you're doing. I'm gonna get you in trouble here. So Eddie, of course, says that's impossible that she strikes all 3. Harriet rolls ball 1, strike. Oof. Second ball, strike.
Oh my.
Carl looks a little nervous, and Urkel's like lurking over his shoulder, like,
"Oh, she's pretty good, big guy."
Ball 3, strike. They win by 1 pin.
Wow.
And Harriet's like dancing around, and Carl, like, seriously, he looks furious, and he wants a rematch. And Harriet just she dances around as he says he wants a rematch, and she goes, "Yeah, so does Mike Tyson." And Harriet starts saying, like, let's get going, let's go home. And Carl, like, really, like, you were sweating earlier. He goes, "No, I want a rematch, and I want it now. You just got lucky." Oh. But Harriet looks like shocked that Carl is like so demanding of a rematch. And Carl just immediately picks up the ball and goes up to the line and throws the first ball. So
he's ready.
The ball's on him. So after a little commercial break, we see the family coming home, and Carl like prancing in, saying, "The winner and still champion, Carl Otis Winslow." And then he does like a and Carl says something, "She cannot believe that man." And Rachel says to just be thankful he won the rematch, or they'd still be at the bowling alley. And then Laura says she hates bowling and it's a stupid sport.
Whoa.
And like, I knew 20 episodes previous that I didn't like Laura. Episode 21 sealed the damn deal.
Really? Well, at least you called it a sport, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
when I worked at a previous job, my health care, gave me like a bonus sort of a healthcare thing because I was in a bowling league.
See?
And I'm like, I probably, it probably hurts my health more because I drink so much beer.
You get so much more alcohol than any other day.
And sit on my ass rather than like running around playing a sport. But Eddie says it's a great sport. He says, you know why? Because it's a man's sport.
Damn straight, Eddie.
The kids all then start arguing. Judy said something in there too. I didn't jot it down.
Nobody cares.
Not worth anyone's
Family
time.
Prize didn't care. Nobody cares.
No. So the three kids are arguing now over like the top of one another, and Harriet yells for them to go to bed. Get ready for bed. And Harriet and Rachel are now alone talking because Carl had went to the other room.
He's on
everyone's
Cloud9.
all over the damn place.
Yeah.
And they say, Harriet and Rachel say, they hope Carl got all his gloating out of his system. And then Carl enters and says, he'd like to declare this an official Carl Winslow holiday. Like, come on. You just got your ass beat by a clutch move by Harriet, and then you won the rematch, and you're...
This is exactly what I do.
Right.
Like, Urkel, like, talking to Laura, like, that's what I do to Megan.
Right.
And Carl gloating all the time about everything, because he does this quite a bit.
Yeah, there's more
I
coming.
do that all the time. Like, this is my life.
Yeah. And then you look like Uncle Jesse. So...
And I look like Uncle Jesse.
Rachel says, cause after Carl says the holiday thing, she's like, I'm going to go check on little Richie. Which had me questioning. Now, Mother Winslow wasn't bowling, but we don't see Mother Winslow here. And she
Right.
went upstairs to check on little Richie.
So
Who the hell was little Richie? Who was watching him? I guess I can assume Mother Winslow. But usually there's a big to-do about, like...
yeah, like, all right, well, my
gonna-
shift's over.
Yeah, or like, I'm going to relieve Mother Winslow
Yeah.
of duties, or whatever. No,
The
I'm gonna go
babies
check
in
on-
these two shows, they just really, like, we don't really need them right now.
Yeah. So Carl keeps going on and on about being the better bowler, and that Harriet is just a sore loser. And this went on, like, I didn't even write down all the back and forth. It was uncomfortably long.
Of course it was,
Yeah.
yes.
And he wants Harriet to say out loud, my husband Carl is the better bowler.
Wow.
Like, what?
To who?
To him. He just wants her to say it. That three strike, that
This
turkey,
guy,
the turkey in the 10th from Harriet really got him pissed.
he never wants to get laid again.
Right? Yeah, that's
About
what
right.
it's boiling down to. Harriet now says she let him win the rematch. Kind of sounds like a sore loser in my
Yeah.
books, you know. But she explains she's been letting him beat her at bowling since before they were married. Rachel,
She beats him one time. She got a lucky.
Right?
You know, 3 strikes.
Maybe.
I would be lucky too. Don't get me wrong.
Right,
I'd
yeah.
be lucky too. She got lucky.
And now she's
Yeah, it's her fault that she said, "Okay, we'll do the rematch."
Yeah, she should. Well, she tried. She didn't want to. He just went up and bowled it. It probably charged them all for another game.
Oh,
so she had to
probably.
just
Okay.
go for it.
Okay.
But as she says she's been letting him win, Rachel comes down and she says, I knew you'd been holding back.
Oh,
So if Rachel knew-
Rachel knows.
Rachel probably had looked and been like, man, why are you so bad at bowling lately?
Oh,
Carl then says it's a simple fact of nature that men are better bowlers than women. This is, I'm telling you, man, it's uncomfortable.
wow.
And Rachel then butts in. Of course, she gets pissed and says, that's the most chauvinistic thing she's ever heard. And Carl then, he tries to backtrack a little bit and says, bowling is primarily a man's thing. Which I don't disagree with. I mean, you see more men's bowling leagues than women's. You see a lot more men bowling. That
Right.
doesn't mean that every bowler, man or woman, that the man is better. We know
Right.
some good women bowlers that...
Well, so no, I don't know everything. So
Are you sure?
Well, you never know. But I think, like, I feel like back in the day, was it more of like a power thing to bowl? Like speed?
Yeah,
Like
probably.
power? Where now it's more of a finesse kind of game?
Maybe.
So, like, maybe, like, in this era, it was, like, changing. Bowling was changing of how
they went about it.
Right, because now it's definitely more, it's a huge finesse type of
Yeah.
over just slinging that
Yeah.
fucking ball down there.
Check that thing 20 some mile an hour down there.
So, I mean, back then, I don't know. I feel like I'm making this up, but maybe it was.
Well, we have to put ourselves. We're in 2023. We have to put ourselves in 1990, which is tough when you just celebrated your third birthday at this point. You don't know
so
how.
If me being 3 years old, I would say men were better at bowling. I'm with Carl. I was watching this episode thinking, I can't wait to bowl and be just like Carl.
And kick everyone's ass.
Kick all those women's asses.
So Harriet now says, okay, that did it. Tonight, men versus women, bowling. Rachel's like shouting, now you're going to be sorry to Carl.
Okay.
So they charge into the living room, and Laura comes down. She's brushing her teeth. She's in pajamas because that's what her mom told her to get ready for bed. And Harriet says, what are you doing in that? Get dressed, get your brother, get in the car. And the grown-ups like argue as they leave the house, and Laura goes, okay.
Is this the next day?
No, this was nighttime.
This is still the same damn day.
Harry is that pissed off. This can't wait.
Wow.
They charge out. So now, new scene, we're at the bowling alley again. We're hearing some rain.
Okay.
It shows the outside. It's raining. I think there's a little lightning going on.
That neon lights flashing a little bit at the bowling alley, I'm sure.
And so apparently, because now, apparently Carl recruited Urkel for the men's team.
Well, that's what I was trying to, do my mathematical Alex's math station here. At the time, it was Laura, Rachel, and Harriet.
And Judy was there
earlier.
Now, but did they just not count her?
I would imagine Judy probably shot like a 40.
Right, yeah.
Let's just get rid of her.
Because I didn't see the bumpers up or anything, But
so, so Carl and Eddie.
It was 4 versus 2 before.
Which is extremely unfair.
Right. Granted, Laura is young enough that maybe her score was rough. Maybe they only took well, no, because Laura's so heated up in this too. Yeah. So now when we come back, Judy's not there. So they left Judy home and little Richie, apparently with Mother Winslow
somewhere.
Maybe. Yeah. Who hasn't shown her face yet. So they're home. So now it's 3 versus 3. Laura, Rachel, Harriet versus Urkel, Eddie, and Carl. We see Eddie rolls the old ball and shoots a strike.
Oh,
they do a little celebrating, and
when they show the strike, is it like an actual good ball? Or?
This one, it's all. I think every show always shows them do it on what we call the backside, the Brooklyn strike, the backside nasty. It's never a clean in the pocket strike usually on TV. I don't know why. And then like the person that bowls it always looks so excited.
Yeah.
And in real life, that's why maybe you're right. Maybe it was all about, because if you throw that thing 25 miles an hour down the middle of the lane, you hit Brooklyn.
Right.
The pins scatter. But now you throw it with some finesse. You miss Brooklyn. It's usually you leave a chunk of pins or whatever. So, I don't know. Anyways, the men are leading. Laura goes up to bowl, and Eddie does a big as she goes to bowl it. It causes her to throw a gutter ball.
Oh,
and Laura runs up to him. I can't remember the exact threat, but she threatens him. It was pretty intense.
This is over a bowling.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess she's getting tired. I'm sure it's like 11 o'clock at night at this point.
But this took a turn. It was weird. And now it's Urkel's turn. If he makes Rachel, I think, leans over and says, if he makes a strike, we're in big trouble. And Laura says, don't worry about him. I got it covered. Laura like tries to be all sexy towards them, and it isn't a great act. Like, I mean, it clearly is going to work on Urkel, but she does like a "Hi, Steve," and it just didn't come across very sexy from a 12-year-old girl or whatever.
Like, what are you talking about?
I know. And she then tells him how handsome he looks. Then she like grabs his arm and, and says, "My, what strong arms."
Oh no.
And he drops the bowling ball. Gunk. And he's like gasping for air. Carl like runs over trying to help him.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Carl needs him.
Yeah,
Carl needs him.
And he's like, she touched me, Carl. I can't breathe. And Carl tries to apparently help him by putting a like bowling bag over his head to breathe into. But the bowling bag's over his whole head, not just in front of his mouth, like breathing into a paper bag. But he tells them they need a strike. He goes to bowl, and Urkel, approaching the lane, he glances over at Laura, who blows him a... And he goes to roll the ball, and he goes down with the ball down the lane.
Of course, I knew that would happen.
Yes. So then, next scene, it quickly shows outside the bowling alley again, and it's still, I mean, the rain seems to be coming down a little harder now. And anyways, Carl is cleaning his ball off. In the background, there's like flashes of lightning too.
Oh wow!
Like their special effects were on point this episode. It's the last ball of the last frame. Urkel says, "Yeah, Carl, if you bowl a strike, you'll be a hero." Wait, sorry. Yeah, Carl, if you bowl a strike, you'll be a hero. If you don't, you'll be a bum, a loser, a goat, a choke artist. I thought it was funny, a goat. Because now you'd say a goat, greatest of all time. Back then, the goat, you were the, I don't know.
So, but is it like the thing now is you're either a hero or a zero?
Yeah,
so
right.
That opportunity was missed.
Yep. Yeah, maybe that wasn't a thing back then.
Guess it wasn't. A hero or a zero.
Yeah.
Would have been better.
But Carl cuts him off. Doesn't want to hear. Or he just doesn't want the pressure to be mounting so much.
Yeah, you act like he's bowling a 300.
Yeah. Carl goes up with Eddie and Urkel chanting, "Strike! Strike! Strike!" And the girls are chanting, "Choke! Choke!" I couldn't imagine bowling that. Like, I'd be like, "Shut the hell up! I'm trying to bowl here." It's not a loud sport.
Right.
Similar to golf. You don't yell during it. And Carl rolls the ball, and a big loud thunder crash sounds as the ball is rolling. Power out. And you hear, the pins fall. Carl says he's sure that 10 pins just fell. But they aren't sure. Because it's dark.
Nobody knows.
There's like overlapping arguing in the dark scene. And we change scenes into the family entering the kitchen. And they're still arguing.
Of course.
About what happened. They still don't know how many pins fell. You would think if they're arguing this bad, wouldn't you just walk up and just somehow check it out? I know you don't. Again, we're in 2023.
Yeah,
I'd flip my phone, flashlight on. Back then, not the case back then. However, wouldn't you think somebody would have something that lit up?
A flashlight, yeah.
Right. The bowling alley had to have something.
But you do realize, Harriet is supposed to be amazing bowler. Why is it this close? So she isn't that good, obviously.
Well, they had Urkel.
Okay.
This time. Urkel goes there 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay. All right.
So Urkel maybe cancels out Harriet. Carl maybe cancels out Rachel to a point. And Eddie and Laura can't,
Okay.
Or Harriet might be that good that she took, if Rachel isn't very good. And Laura
both Rachel. Oh, okay.
I don't know. Harriet
we just didn't emphasize. It feels like they didn't emphasize on how good Harriet was.
You would think they would have.
Yeah.
But, so They still don't know how many pins fell. They continue arguing, and Mother Winslow emerges from the living room.
From the dead.
Yeah, exactly. Damn it, you guys are finally here. I've been watching these kids all day. She stops them from yelling, and they explain what happened and start loudly yelling again. And Mother Winslow stops them again and says, "It wasn't the power that went out. It was the good Lord showing you how silly you were being." She says they're grown-ups and they're acting like children. I think there's a joke a little bit later how, like, Laura says something like, "I'm not a grown-up." But she says, "Settle this right now and quietly. I got a 6 a.m. karate class." And then she does like a little, "Hey, yeah." And then she leaves the room. Now they realize they were acting silly. And the kids like race upstairs to go to bed, like literally race, like it turns into like,
a race.
Yeah. And Rachel leaves to go to bed too. I don't know what sassy remarks she made, but she goes up. And Carl and Harriet are left alone, and they still look upset at each other. And Carl like breaks the ice, saying, "You know, Harriet, it was dark. Maybe I didn't knock down all the pins."
Okay.
And she asks if he is admitting that the women won. And he says, "Let's just call it a tie." And she kind of accepts that and says, "And the next time I'm better than you at something, I'll just keep it to myself." Now the sentimental music starts.
Guys, sorry, it's a little sweaty in here.
It is. It's horrible. And Carl says that that isn't all right. That she just keeps it to herself. He says, "Why should you hold yourself back just to protect my male ego?"
Right.
And he apologizes for acting like a male chauvinist.
Right.
Is there something you want to
No.
apologize for? Okay.
I've never been like that.
You hold firm to all your comments during this episode?
I feel like I've been pretty straight down the line on this.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like our comments are going to go, I feel like somebody's going to put us on blast for you, but it is what it is. Okay.
Women are great bowlers.
Okay. Okay. There were a couple times you said damn right when Eddie said other things, but okay.
Well, that was about video games, Kenny.
Oh, okay. Okay. Carl promises to work on being better and a more enlightened man. And she says, "That's great." And she kind of slaps his shoulder and he groans. Yeah, like it hurt. And he says, "My shoulder hurts. I think I pulled a muscle throwing that last strike." And she says, "It wasn't a strike."
Oh.
He says, "Harriet, if you can get this kink out of my shoulder, you can call it anything you'd like."
Whoa.
And the episode ends.
So he's still being a male pig, right? Because he's like, "Harriet, rub my shoulder."
well, he's saying they can get the W.
So she has to work.
Yeah, she's got to do some work for that W.
For that
though.
W.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, hell, at least he didn't say something else about you do something else for me.
You take this kink out of my third arm.
All right,
what we got?
So on that note, what's on the mind of Alex in this one?
Kenny, I mean, women are great at sports.
that was on your mind the entire time?
The entire time. I mean, no, we talked about it quite a bit, like, who watched the kids?
Yeah. I mean, usually...
You think she watched them, but who knows?
Right. Usually they make a big point, a big fuss about a babysitter, or like
right.
They say something to like cover their bases.
They were just...
This one was just lazy, it seemed.
Yeah. No, I'm speechless.
Yeah. Was there ever a time, maybe this is on anything on your mind, was there ever a time that it was down to the wire and you had to come up big bowling and you came up huge?
So, no, I'm gonna leave it for my bedtime.
Okay,
story.
okay.
Yeah. Well, it's a bowling story.
Right. So
It's
if you're into bowling stories, catch our.
This is my bedtime
He'll
story. Yeah.
tuck you in later on with this one. But Family Matters trivia, I don't have a lot. One trivia, but this is gonna crush this whole debate. The family argues about whether Carl's final bowl was a strike or not. If you watched, his foot went over the line.
Oh,
Like, not just like a little
so
bit.
he faulted.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that counts
Yep.
0. That
wow.
was a 0.
So
So
he
he didn't
wins.
strike.
Wow,
The ladies
that's a
won.
good one,
It
Kenny.
was horrible. It was a horrible. I watched earlier when Harriet was bowling. She came real close to the line, but I don't think her toe went over the line.
But
Like, it might have been, if there were the sensors, it might have missed it. His would have went, you know, it would have
Yeah.
caught it.
Wow, good
That's the only-
find.
That's the only thing I
Good
had.
find.
So next episode of Family Matters, the final episode of the first season of Family Matters,
What?
is called Rock Video. You think The Rock is a guest star?
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
He was probably about 6, 7.
Then,
Yeah, 1990.
I don't know. Is this going to be another Steph Curry debate?
I think it might be.
I think The Rock was like 12. I think he's
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
I
Okay.
think
Okay.
he's probably like 12 to 15 years older than us.
Yeah,
I think
he's
he's
in his 40s.
Like mid to late 40s.
Because he was in his 20s and early 2000s. So.
Yeah. Yeah. so
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's probably like a 10 to 12-year-old.
Okay. Well, hopefully you find out for me.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Wow, The Rock, Arthur.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, my mind's gonna be
All
boggling.
What's on the mind of Kenny is The Rock wearing Arthur's clothing, riding a bull.
Well, Kenny, I can one up you on this
Oh god.
because I know you're not a wrestling fan.
No.
But The Rock is actually, his nickname was the Brontom Bull.
Oh,
Because
really?
he has a bull tattoo.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, wow.
so
It's all connected.
you're naked while The Rock is wearing Arthur's clothing, riding you.
Riding me or me riding him?
No, well, either or, whatever you want.
We'll take turns.
With that eyebrow just up in the air like The Rock does.
All right, so on that note,
Are we gonna ride? Are we gonna ride you?
I was just gonna say,
Please go ahead. I'm sorry.
let's make sure we don't wake Mother Winslow.
Right.
She's got her karate class. We'll sneak out, grab some umbrellas because it's really raining there in Chicago.
Yeah.
We need some umbrellas, but we'll just ride on the Rock from Chicago over to San Francisco for a little full house.
He could probably. He's big enough. He could take us.
That was
Whoa. Woo! Thanks, Rock.
now. Which was that? Our weirdest ride from one
I
to another.
would imagine. Riding The Rock.
Right? Yeah. Oh,
Number one, we did get a celebrity ride.
that's
along.
true. That's true.
And he stopped at the convenience store and got us beer.
But our big question is, since this is 1990, were we riding the Rock now? Or...
Yeah, Rock time traveled back with us. We needed him.
Okay. So we're in San Francisco, Full House, season 1, episode 21.
All right.
We got the title of this one is Mad Money.
Oh boy.
This one aired, the date on this one was April 29th, 1988. And the IMDb rating, 6.9. So they didn't crack into a 7.
No.
Wait, now that I said crack, you want to crack
Yep.
open another beer? We're a little shaken up from the Rocks.
Well,
Kicking.
Well, I was in the back. You were in the front.
Yeah, you would be in the back.
I took one for the team.
I held on to those massive shoulder muscles.
Held onto his calf muscles.
I thought you held on to those glutes. Is that?
Oh, his ass? Just like held behind me.
those blue Arthur pants. Held strong. All
We're
right.
sitting the theme song the whole way there.
Hey, what a wonderful time of day. I played like the bongos on his bald, on the bald head.
It's balls.
On
Did
his
you
bald
see-
head.
Okay, so that I
This doesn't even make any sense. What the hell is happening here? It's okay. So Full House. Let's see what comes out of this one.
Yes.
All right. Remember, no cold open. I think we're gonna get into these cold opens next season, but we start out at night in the living room. DJ and Danny are like cuddling on the couch while Stephanie is going to practice her show and tell. It was kind of cute how they like sat. They sat his arm around her, and it just looked like a father-daughter moment instead of the usual like sitting straight up next to each other. It just looked more comfortable. She does like a cute job of introducing her show and tell. I don't remember all what she says, but it turns out her show and tell is Michelle.
Oh.
It's really lame.
I would be pissed if I was one of those kids.
Yeah. She says something like, under here is her diaper, which I'm not allowed to change, but I've seen people do it, and it's gross. At least they're incorporating the kid instead of just leaving him locked. Now, as Danny compliments Stephanie and puts Michelle in her playpen, Uncle Jesse tries to like sneakily walk into the living room through the front door holding a blue bag. And when Danny says, Jesse? Uncle Jesse says, hi guys, bye guys. And he like tries to go out the door.
He wouldn't think that they would be in the living room.
No, like what? Why wouldn't you come through the back? That's the sneaky
Well,
way,
honestly,
right?
what time was it?
Yeah, maybe he anticipated. Maybe he went through that. They're probably eating dinner,
Right.
Or eating.
But I would even think it was later as...
Yeah, right. You would think it would be late.
As
But,
this show goes on, you find out, you would think it would be later. But yeah.
right. But they stop him from leaving and say he has been sneaking in and out of the house for the past 5 days with that blue bag, and he hasn't said why. We just went over this. He
This
left.
is why he left!
He went to Tahoe with his Ripper buddies because everyone's prying into his damn business, and now they said, we'll work on it. Apparently not. But it's driving them crazy, and they want to know. And Uncle Jesse again tries to leave, and as he's like going out the front door, Joey is he's waltzing up to the front door, and he's hello, or like however he says it. And he says, I love everyone. I love you, and you, and you, and you. So...
Just go on.
Yeah.
Because this is ridiculous.
And then Jesse imitates it. I love you, and you, and you, and you. And then he asks him why he is so happy. And Joey says his mom found an old savings bond of his, and he now has 5,000 founding fathers.
Can we say it again? This is $5,000.
See, that's what I was like. I assume $5,000, even $5,000, but founding fathers. Is that just $1 bills? I don't know. I thought you call money in general founding fathers, but
So you think he has 5,000 $1 bills?
yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It would be a go on because it would be a bigger pile.
Okay, right. So he has presents for everyone.
Right.
He has a baby lawnmower for Michelle. And I'm going to just say it right now. I was going to save something for trivia, but thought whatever. So the baby lawnmower, I read this. So this isn't me like finding something cool. I read this online. The lawnmower, last episode or 2 episodes ago, Jesse tripped on I said he tripped on a vacuum.
It was a lawnmower?
It was a lawnmower.
So
They say this lawnmower was in the living room 2 episodes ago, and now it's the gift for Michelle. Like, but maybe she had one similar and it broke.
Maybe Uncle Jesse broke it.
Maybe Uncle Jesse broke it. Yeah. Here's a new lawnmower because Uncle Jesse
your uncle broke the old one.
Anyways, DJ gets 2 pieces of paper And then she looks, and it's Bruce Springsteen tickets.
How much are Bruce Springsteen tickets?
I don't know, man, but
They got to be a couple $100.
you would think 2 of them too. Like, unless he got the nosebleeds,
I guess.
I don't know. But she's all excited, and I think she's taking Uncle Jesse as her date. That's
Right.
what it sounded like. Stephanie gets a brand new bicycle, and they like wheel it in from outside. My question for you:
Right.
did she not win the honeybee drive?
Obviously not.
Because that was the new bicycle.
That's a good one, Kenny.
They
Obviously, she did not win. So
or
Danny,
she's that spoiled and won a new bike and gets a new one now, or something. I don't know.
she already outgrew that other bike,
Right.
wrecked it.
Yeah, wrecked it.
I don't think she did win that other bike.
No.
That's a good point.
Which is kind of funny. That episode, we didn't mention it. There was no like resolve to that. You would
No.
think they would have, made a mention of
Yeah.
like, I can't believe.
Wow,
they won.
even my mind didn't even think about that.
Yeah, oh,
They
I
did a
just
good
thought of it
job
now.
of-
Yeah, it's just a side story. I don't know. She rides around the house saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you," while Danny and Joey try to stop her. They basically chase her out the back door, and Joey says something about going out to help her, and runs out. So it's just Danny and Jesse now. Oh, Danny and Jesse now are in the kitchen. Joey yells, "Don't go anywhere. I have presents for you too." He runs out. Jesse tells Danny he hopes Joey got him a new motorcycle. That'd be
Remember, you only
$5,000.
got $5,000.
Yeah. Yep.
About $4,000 or $5,000 is already done, or no, $400 or $500 is already
Right. Yeah. Bike.
Yeah.
$100 maybe.
Right.
I mean, nice bike then. $100.
$100. A couple hundred for the Bruce Springsteen tickets. I
Yeah.
would think
Okay, that's
$200.
Yeah. Say
$25.
say $400
Okay.
total gone. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe a little more. I don't know what Springsteen, but
I don't either, but
Michelle, the lawnmower.
$25.
Yeah, 25. So okay, so that's where we're at.
Because he couldn't get the weed whacker. That's what he did in that episode.
Did he? I didn't even hear that part.
Yeah.
That's funny. Is sure.
Also, can I say you also missed a good
Oh,
Joey
gosh.
point too?
Uh-oh.
He had an announcement and he went,
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow, what am I?
Yeah.
Why did I miss so much of
"Sorry,
Joey?
I'm sorry."
I was too busy looking. Maybe I was too busy looking down at my Hawaiian shirt at the
Seeing
time
if it was better than his.
because he had a nice shirt.
He did,
on.
he
I loved
did.
it. But Danny is sure his gift is $800 in cash. Because apparently, 11 years ago, Joey needed that money to fix his car and hasn't had the money to pay him back until now. Danny says something about, because Uncle Jesse, I don't know, comments something, and Danny says just the thought that he would pay him back is so touching that he isn't even going to keep the money. He'll give it right back to Joey. And Uncle Jesse says that's the stupidest thing he's ever heard.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
Just take that money.
Yeah. But now over in the living room, the blue bag is sitting on the floor, and DJ is like pacing around it, wanting to open it.
It's so annoying.
It's annoying, but it's a scene of the show that has stuck with me.
Really?
It brought back some, like, I watched it and I felt like I was like 20 something, 30 years younger. 20s, well, maybe 20 something too. In my teens watching it.
Yeah, probably.
it. But she's pacing around this bag, and Michelle's in the playpen, and DJ gets her out of the playpen and tempts her with a cookie. You want this cookie? She lures her, kind of like a dog, lures her over to the bag, drops the cookie into the bag, and she tells Michelle to go get the cookie. Go get the cookie. And Michelle, like, it's unzipped just a little bit, and she reaches her hand in, and DJ says something like, "Never mind the cookie, get the zipper open. Let's see what Uncle Jesse is hiding in there." That whole part, the "never mind the cookie, get the zipper open," was like, took me back.
Really?
Really weird. I don't know.
That's weird. I barely remember that.
Yeah. But now Uncle Jesse and Danny walk in while this is all going on. Michelle gets the cookie without opening the whole bag. She gets the cookie. Which, of course, the audience loved it. And I don't even know what Jesse and Danny even say, but DJ takes Michelle upstairs, and Joey peeks into the living room asking if they're ready for their presents. He gives Jesse his. It's a pass to the Great American Amusement Park.
Woo!
A lifetime pass. I mean, pretty cool lifetime pass.
That's pretty sweet.
I mean, not a new motorcycle suite, but...
So, a lifetime pass to amusement park back in the 90s was not that much.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, but you think, man, like, a lifetime pass. I can go anytime. I'll have kids and stuff. I'll pay for my kids and stuff, but I'm free, man.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
They don't do that shit anymore.
And they should have brought that back in future episodes.
They should have.
Hey, remember that lifetime pass? Let's go.
Yeah, did they ever use the pass? Probably never used it.
Probably not. Wow. But then Danny looks and says, like, he gets the envelope, because it was like in an envelope. Danny says, I have a hunch. I already know what you got me. He pulls it out. A lifetime pass to the Great American Amusement Park. And Uncle Jesse, like, laughs right in his face as he leaves the room. So Joey goes on to tell Danny what he got for himself.
What do you get?
He got a genuine 1964 Gumby and Pokey pinball machine. And it was only $1,275.
Yeah, this money is going away pretty quick here.
It is. I couldn't even guess.
We got $2,000 left. We got $2,000 left.
You think $2,000?
1,500 to $2,000.
Yeah. So they do. So now they do some like stupid walking around the living room while Danny lectures Joey on how he should not just blow his money, but save it, or invest it, or pay off old debts.
And Joey has that wad of money.
Yeah, it's just like a ball of money. Kind of how you take care of your money.
That's how I definitely. You were right.
Everyone listening
That's why I was
needs
laughing.
to know. Like you say, hey, can I? You know, it's $5 to get in on this bet at the bowling alley. $5. Everyone pulls out a crisp $5 bill and sets it down.
Not me.
Alex's are wadded in a ball
That's been in my pocket,
crumpled
sweating.
with a couple other dollar bills and some
And lint.
20s in there and a bunch of lint. And maybe a penny falls out. Anyways, when Joey hears Danny say old debts, he like stops in his tracks, and he stops Danny and says, I have no old debts. Who would be stupid enough to lend me money? And they like awkwardly laugh, and then Danny says, me. Joey asks when, and Danny says, Palm Springs, March 12th, 1977.
Woo!
Wow. That would make me feel really uncomfortable. Joey feels bad. I mean, I guess. I don't know. And he tries to offer Danny the whole wad of money because he's saying, like, with interest.
Right?
The whole wad of money. And they do like a back and forth of this ball of money, passing it back and forth, not wanting it.
So
whatever.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. And new scene. Goes up to Uncle Jesse's room. We don't see him. The door's wide open. We don't see him. And then all of a sudden the door flings shut. And from behind it, it's Elvis. Or Uncle Jesse dressed
As
exactly like Elvis.
This is an awkward.
It really is.
Yeah. I love me some Elvis, though.
Yeah. He
This
goes,
is-
thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You're a beautiful audience. Thank you.
He looks great.
He does. Then after he says that, there's a knock at the door. DJ says, Uncle Jesse, remind you, I said, went to his room, the door was wide open.
Yeah.
How did he get in this Elvis
Suit. Yeah.
door wide open, stripped down, get in Elvis?
Nobody cares, I guess.
Yeah. Dude, close your door when you change, and there's little girls running
Yeah,
around.
I don't understand.
The knock at the door, DJ says, Uncle Jesse, he says, hold your horses, little mama. Hold on. He quickly throws a robe on, and it's super awkward as DJ and Stephanie enter the room. He's hunched over because he pulled his Elvis pant legs up to his knees but he's got to hunch over to wear the robe to cover it.
Awkward.
It kind of looks like he's hiding like a boner.
Yeah,
If
that's
you
what it looks
remember
like.
right?
Yes.
From early days
Yes.
of Morningwood
Yes.
or whatever.
That's what exactly it reminds me of.
Yeah. So it was awkward because then Stephanie says, "Want me to show you my show?"
Yeah,
They
God,
see
even-
how awkward he looks, and he says he's really busy, which does
Yes.
not,
It gets worse.
which does not defend what
It gets
looks
worse.
awkward. Luckily, they're little enough that maybe they don't think it's that awkward.
I'm sure-
But they look really confused. And Danny comes up now, and he starts saying something, and he cuts his sentence short too. Now this, he had to be like, "What
are
the
you
fuck is
doing?"
going on?" Seeing Uncle Jesse hunched over with the robe covering him, Danny like smirks
Yeah.
and looks at Uncle Jesse, and then says, "Jess, what's under your robe?" Why would you? The same guy that walked up and wondered if Uncle Jesse wears sexy robes when they're gone
Yeah.
is asking, "What's under the robe?"
It gets more and more awkward.
It does. And then Jesse says, "Daniel, you're entitled to know a lot of things about my life, but what a man has under his robe is his own business." Thank you, Uncle Jesse. That's true.
Finally.
Danny then, as he says that, one of the Elvis pant legs drops from under the robe, and Danny grabs the robe to completely open it. What the hell?
This is exactly why he wanted to leave.
And in front of his daughters, though.
Yeah.
Too, like, what are you?
Mind-boggling.
Again, going back to the robe thing. What if he's doing something kind of
Different, or
yeah.
not like for children.
Yeah, exactly.
Or he wants his brother-in-law to see.
Right. And he just whips that robe right open. As he does that, they obviously see the Elvis attire on him, and
Yep.
Jesse says, "Don't be cruel." And so then it reveals the outfit, which, again, I'm just gonna say,
Full out Elvis.
full out Elvis, but super tight.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Super tight in the
crotch.
crotchal area.
Oh yeah.
Now all I'm picturing is The Rock wearing the Elvis outfit now. Gotta say, who would rep it better? I don't know. Uncle Jesse explains he has been doing a tribute thing for the king, tribute for the king thing to make a few demos and save up some money.
Yeah.
Little side gig. Better than, I mean, he's killing bugs. He could have been a stripper on the side.
Right.
It's better than
But
that.
he's
I
not
guess.
doing that.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with strippers, guys.
He could have been a great stripper too.
Yeah. It's only a week-long thing, and tonight is the last night of it. Again, he just came back from something with the blue bag.
Practicing.
Dress rehearsal.
Dress
for the-
rehearsal. That's what it must have been. Yeah.
He loves his dress rehearsal.
He'd love them. That's what it was. That's why it was earlier in the day.
Right. Maybe
Okay.
we should do dress rehearsals for this.
You want to do that? We got to get a robe though.
Yeah, exactly. I'll go without a robe. They, of course, after he says it's a week-long thing and tonight's the last night, they, of course, want to go see it.
Right.
And Danny assures him it's only to support him and like cheer him on. No one will make fun of him.
Right.
And Joey walks in right then. He walks in and just walks out. Like, what was he coming up there for? His room's down in the basement. He had to be coming up for something, but he laughs and walks away.
Maybe
No
he's
reason.
checking out Michelle because nobody knows where Michelle is
That's
right
true. She was crying. They were too busy checking out Uncle
What's up?
Jesse's package.
now.
So we have a quick commercial break. We hop over to Rock and Roll Heaven, which is where he's doing his
Doing his
king,
thing.
the tribute to the king, where Marilyn Monroe is singing.
So weird.
It is. She's doing a good, sexy singing voice, but the Tanners and Joey. I guess I could just include him and the Tanners, but they find a seat, and Joey is definitely into the Marilyn Monroe chick. Like,
Oh yeah,
he's clapping or giving googly eyes. There was some joke, I didn't write it down, DJ saying Madonna, something about Madonna, and then they now present to us the king of rock and roll.
God, he did amazing. He's amazing.
He does the whole like Elvis shaking.
Yep. Throwing the red scarves out for the lady.
Yeah.
Did you see the two old ladies?
Yes.
They were like...
More on that to come. I will tell you. More on
am I
the
going
old
to?
ladies.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, you could... What do you guys say? They're freaking out about it?
They're freaking out.
Oh, yeah. And so, yeah, he makes some stupid jokes in his Elvis voice. I can't remember what he says. Then he starts with, well, since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of Lonely Street at the Heartbreak Hotel.
Oh, God, he's great.
Oh, he's got a good singing voice.
He does.
Have we haven't totally heard Uncle Jesse
not
sing.
Like this. And he is a really good, like, I enjoy his Elvis impersonation.
Yeah. We've heard him sing Love Machine.
Yeah. But
and the boys back in town, they sing that. But and he sang when he was giving the guitar lessons. He sang a little bit.
I think it's because it was Elvis and impersonating somebody that was famous. I'm like, oh wow, he's actually pretty good at it.
Right. So he sings some more, does some more wiggling, does some more shaking.
Yes, he does.
It's like a whole medley of Elvis songs.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many Elvis songs it was. Because, like, I don't know Elvis songs very well.
There was three... I think there's three of them.
Yeah, it, like, transitioned, from a fast song to a medium to a slow.
To American song was the last one.
Yep. But if I'm being completely honest, it kind of went on awkwardly long, I thought. I don't know. Maybe... I don't know. It felt...
The songs weren't good transitions between them all.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't. Like, there was other Elvis songs. Like, those were more his not upbeat songs.
Right.
And it was kind of like, okay, this is what you're choosing?
Yeah, it just went, like, lovey-dovey sounding pretty quick and, like...
America.
You would think it'd be more like the upbeat, like pump up the crowd type songs, and it just kind of felt...
It was not.
It made it feel weird to me. But after that part, the family is entering the living room, saying, "Wasn't Uncle Jesse great?" I just hate it when, on all these shows, same with, like, Family Matters, they're arguing about bowling when they're walking in the house. What do they do on the whole car ride home?
Nobody says a word!
No one says, "Wasn't Uncle Jesse great?" as they drove.
Yeah.
They come into the house. "Wasn't Uncle Jesse great?" It cracks me up every time they walk into someplace.
They had nothing else to do, yeah.
Then Stephanie and DJ do a little Elvis impression.
Oh, this is where I'm banging my head.
Yeah, Heartbreak Hotel.
And then DJ's wearing that stupid cowboy hat.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh my gosh. And then they both do the Elvis. Everybody claps in the audience.
And the scarves, they have scarves on too.
I was just so annoyed.
Yeah. So Danny has enough of it too, apparently, because he sends the junior Elvi to get ready to go to bed. I just had to include it because Elvi, is that really the plural of Elvis? I don't know. Now this leaves Danny and Joey alone. I mean, Michelle's there too, but Danny and Joey are alone. And the last time they were alone, they were arguing about money.
Here we
go.
So,
of course, they start re-arguing about the money. A lot of money. Still a lot of money at this point. You would think with his OCD, Danny would have straightened those bills out.
Did he buy drinks too with that lot of money? Like,
yeah.
About the drink.
Come on. Yeah, they should have been there, and Danny should have been like, "Bro, you can buy me like a round of beers."
That's good. Yeah.
Not as many as you're going to buy for yourself, Joey, because we know you're slamming them back. Maybe Joey had to keep it sober, though, because he didn't want to spend that money Because he wanted to give Danny the
money back? Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
But how fucked up do you think Jesse was to do the Elvis impressions?
Oh, yeah.
he
was on drugs and alcohol.
Shots galore before he went out there.
Gosh.
Well, can you imagine how many, like, he probably did, like, a huge, like 3 of them in a row, boom, 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 before the da-da-da.
You would have to. I know. When I do certain things, like my stuff at the brewery, I at least I got to pound a beer before I go on stage.
Yeah, you gotta warm up.
Yeah,
you gotta get that liquid courage.
Yeah,
that's what they
got
say,
to.
right? So they're still arguing. The front door swings open now, and it's Elvis and Marilyn.
This is so awkward.
Like, yeah, but wouldn't you think, like, they came almost right after the Tanners come home? They're not drinking it up at the bar afterwards?
To talk about how the show went?
Yeah. I mean, if they're kind of flirting, I'll buy you a drink. No, instead...
Well, Jesse just wants to get down to business.
Well, but as you know, he can't really have girls over at the house.
Know.
Why wouldn't you be like, hey, Marilyn Monroe...
Let's go back to your place.
Yeah, let's go back to your place. Or, I don't want to go back there. Let's go out to the car.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a motorcycle, I guess. Your car.
So,
I don't know. Let's go sit on the rock. Take it to the back seat of the rock. Anyways, when Danny and Joey see them, or more so when they see Marilyn, she does her sexy "Hello, boys," and they say together, "Hello." It's turning into a thing here. The hello. Turns out, after a little bit of whatever, I don't know what happened. I'm skipping a little bit, but it turns out that Marilyn is actually named Marilyn. Is she really, though, is my question, as we'll find out.
Yes.
He introduces her to Larry, Moe, and Curly.
Michelle being Curly.
Yep. She reaches her hand to Joey, and he kisses it, which is really
weird.
This whole episode.
It's weird that they're still in their costumes. It's weird that she's kissing her hand that's been in that sweaty glove.
Right, yeah.
Just saying.
Jesse says he was offered the job to do the Elvis gig as long as he wants, or until he dislocates his hips.
So it wasn't just a 1 week thing.
He probably signed on for a 1 week thing, and they liked him so much they said, dude, you gotta do this more often.
Got it.
But then he wonders if he should. And he asks Marilyn if she gets tired pretending to be Marilyn Monroe. And she says, pretending? I am Marilyn Monroe, silly. And then she laughs. Jesse steps back, and they all take a step back. It was really funny how they super were scared.
I would be too.
I would be too.
Yeah, it was really funny though, because they're like, okay, she's a little creepy.
Yeah. They invited her in the house, and they're like, oh shit, what the hell? She's gonna kill us.
But check one on the board for Uncle Jesse.
Possibly. I mean, at least in the back seat of the rock.
Right.
Now over to the kitchen. We're in a new scene. That seems kind of done. Whatever happened to Marilyn? We didn't see her leave the next morning, so I don't know.
Don't know what happened to her.
Right. It's a new scene of Joey and Danny slamming the ball of money at each other again. Still. They need Mother Winslow to come and say, quietly, get this settled. And
I'll take that money.
Right, she would.
She would.
Sign herself up for some more karate classes. Joey says he's trying to make a sandwich and to quit bothering him. He grabs a knife from the sink and just wipes it on his pants.
And the whole audience
goes, my gosh.
Ew! I'm thinking to myself, fuck, I do that all the time.
It wasn't that gross. I don't know.
I do it all the time.
I know. It seemed really weird for the ew.
Yeah.
That loud, too. But anyways, stupid scene where Danny shows Joey how to properly make a sandwich. I think it's just kind of trying to push his
An adult version of making a sandwich to a child making a sandwich.
Yes. And I fully disagree with how he made the sandwich.
Yeah, I do too.
Because he used 2 knives. Like, so
Why was-
now let me question. So every day for lunch, I make a PB&J.
Yeah.
That's my lunch. 1 knife. Danny, I can't remember what he's making here. But he uses the something to the mayonnaise, and the other one to use the mustard or whatever. And it just, I don't get it.
Why have to wash
Yeah.
2 knives?
I mean, how often are you using mayonnaise and mustard that the little particle that might mix is going to be that big of a deal?
Right.
I don't get it.
And he could have done the whole clean bread, swipe the mayonnaise off, and
Yeah.
put the mustard.
That's the proper way.
Did they not have squeezed mustard back then?
I don't know.
I guess not.
I mean, a lot of stuff squeezable is newer. Like, I feel like squeezed jelly.
Because even when I was a kid, we always said the squeezed mustard. I don't remember ever.
Yeah, I don't either. That's more of like a. Isn't that more like a specialty mustard, like brown mustard?
Yeah,
or,
yeah. Maybe that's what they had.
Maybe, I don't know. But there's more arguing. Also, I hated that he's like ham, cheese, ham, cheese.
1 ham. I do 2 cheeses though.
Okay, so I'm different. I do a lot. Like I do a stack of meat
Oh, really?
and 1 cheese. I mean, I would do more cheese, but
Well,
there's less cheese. But
Kenny, I don't have that wad of $5,000 in my pocket.
Right, yeah.
I do more cheese than ham.
right, yeah. Well, I mean, you're spending all your money on lemons
Right. Yeah.
for your water that's on the side.
That is
So
true.
you can't afford that.
It's true.
Anyways, there's more arguing between them. Joey starts talking about Danny's OCD, which I can totally relate to some of the stuff he was saying. Like Joey sets crumbs of bread on the table. He says crumbs, but they're like pieces of bread. It wasn't crumbs. I don't know. He picks off the piece of bread and sets it and says something about a crumb. And I'm like, so like that wouldn't bother me. Crumbs
do.
the littler crumbs,
Yeah.
that's what causes ants.
Right.
The big pieces, whatever. Later on, pick those pieces of bread up and throw them out. But
I will admit, sometimes I do make a sandwich without a plate or anything.
yeah, I mean, just sometimes it's just easier.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm with you there.
Okay.
But
good.
I will pretty shortly after doing that clean up the crumbs and stuff. But yeah, sometimes a plate.
I'm
Unnecessary.
only messing up 1 butter knife.
Yeah, exactly. That's
My
helpful.
whole sandwich.
Yep. You're saving water by not having to wash as much.
I'm just looking out for the Earth. Mother
Right.
Earth.
Right.
Captain Planet would be happy with me.
Exactly. Now you got me thinking of The Rock.
The
Painted blue.
The Rock. Okay, The Rock is riding you, or you're riding The Rock.
I'm right in The Rock.
But you guys need to get over the ocean, so Captain Planet comes down, swoops you over.
The Rock is still wearing Arthur's clothing.
Oh.
Right? Okay.
You're still naked.
while Uncle Jesse and Marilyn Monroe are making out in the back.
Wait, what the hell am I? Now I got pushed off.
You're on the ankle.
I'm holding onto his ball sack while we're flying over.
Right, he's not naked, so you can't like
Go on. I can't deal with this.
I don't know what we're even talking about anymore. Oh, so Joey sets the crumbs on the table, and he says the place is a pigsty. And Danny then starts like ripping on Joey's comedy career, which I thought took a major turn.
That's a low ball.
It's one thing to like say you're OCD.
Yeah.
It's the other to like, dude, your comedy career sucks.
Yeah.
He says, you're almost 30 and still watch cartoons. It's like living with Pee Wee Herman. Joey says, well, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Then he throws the money wad while he's throws the money at Danny. He runs downstairs to his room. Danny goes chasing after him. But before he does, he quick grabs those crumbs off the table and throws them away. Loved it. Now, down in Joey's place. I like referring to Joey's place.
I like it.
They're still arguing now about the money, and Danny calls Joey a big baby. Maybe not a big baby. Baby. I don't know.
You're being a baby.
Yeah. And Joey says, I know you are, but what am I? And Danny suggests they settle this like the old days. Arm wrestling. When's the last time you arm wrestled?
Long time.
Whoever wins keeps the money. Joey says, I can't remember the last time we did this. Danny says, June 22nd, 1979. Why would you remember any of this?
You know who would? That's something Matt would do.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. As they arm wrestle, Jesse comes down and says, guys, there's something a little more important than whatever you guys are arguing about. Me. He confides in them that he wonders if he should work on his own music and not do this Elvis gig.
Why can't you do both?
I don't know.
What else is going on in your life?
I mean, so he kills bugs during the day. You get off work.
You already know all the songs for Elvis.
Yeah, how much... I mean, granted, you might need to practice
Right.
here and there, some things, but, like, the show's probably similar every night. So you
I
don't
guess
need-
it is every night.
Yeah, if it's every night,
This is ridiculous.
then I guess that's it's a big commitment.
Yeah. Every night. You don't need, like, once a week, I would think.
Right. Well, now what's the pay? Do you think he could quit the bug job
I would
and
think
do
so.
that?
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's more pondering it. Because
Okay.
maybe he doesn't
Yeah.
say it, but if I do this, I got to quit and tell my dad I quit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danny thinks the Elvis thing is good to make some money and for his demo tape.
Right. And what
Joey says he should do it, but not because of the money, but because he has fun doing it.
These are both.
They're
Right.
they're coming to the point, but different avenues to get there. Jesse ends up saying he's going to take it. He's going to take the job for fun and money.
Damn.
Like, why do you need their help?
That's
For
right.
their input? After Joey and Danny argue a minute more, Jesse says, I don't know what I'd do without you guys, but I'm going to look into it. Because they're arguing about God knows what. The fun and the money part, I don't know why they're arguing. He leaves, and it's now just Joey and Danny again. And the sentimental music starts playing.
All right, guys.
You ready? Those instruments are slipping out of their fingers. They're so sweaty. You know whose fingers they wouldn't slip out of? The Rock. The Rock. So now he's playing the saxophone. Wow.
So the guys are all The Rock too.
Jeez. He's a big guy. He can handle it. Danny, so sentimental music starts.
They're all in Carl's bowling bag. The guys that's off the big toe of The Rock while we're flying across the ocean.
And I'm still naked, right? Is that the thing?
Yeah, because I got hold on your balls.
All right, so this is during sentimental music. You're paying these guys.
Sorry.
Danny tells Joey that he gave some good advice to Jesse. And Joey says kind of the same about Danny. Like, it's so stupid. Do it for fun, do it for money. That's good advice. Either way.
That's fine.
That's why you make a pros and cons list. I mean, like, they didn't name any of the cons to it. It was just, you can do it for fun, you can do it for money.
They're both right.
Who cares if it takes up your entire day or whatever? But they say they make a great team. That's why they make a great team.
Right.
Danny admits he may be a bit square, and Joey admits to being a little goofy. A little goofy.
Okay.
Danny says, you know what? Between the two of us, we make one hell of a guy. They say they are always there for each other. Danny was there when Joey needed $800, and Joey was there for Danny when he needed help taking care of his kids. Danny says, I could never repay you for that. And Joey says, a debt is a debt, and I need to pay it. Please take the money. They sort of shake hands, and Danny says, "But I'm using it to start you a savings account and a closet organizer." Joey argues, and Danny says, "It's my money now. Make your bed." Like, that's so and they walk around like the room doing like a undoing the bed and making it, and then the credits roll as they continue arguing.
That's the show.
So, I love the make your bed. Why does he need to make your bed? But so other than The Rock, what's on the mind of Alex?
It probably just goes back to like how creepy Marilyn Monroe was.
Yes.
And
Creepy.
like, did she spend the night, or was Uncle Jesse like, "All right, yeah, thanks for the good night, bye"?
Yeah, he had to kick her out.
That
They
had
had
to
to
have
get her
been.
out of there. So Full House trivia time. So going back to the two women, the old women that Jesse threw the scarf at.
Yeah.
It was John Stamos' mom, Loretta Stamos,
Really?
and Jeff Franklin's mom, Carolyn
Really?
Franklin. They were the two
Cool.
ladies that
That's
he threw his
cool.
scarf to. That's
Like how they do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why though?
Yeah.
I don't
Couldn't
know.
find any other older ladies.
I mean, like, I don't understand.
Maybe they were on set and they were like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we need
some
older
ladies
Yeah.
to get thrown a scarf
Yeah.
to." So I don't have the exact. So this episode was like late April.
Okay.
The last episode was like late March. There was like a huge, almost like a month-long break. Mind you, there's only 2 episodes left. This one and the next one.
Yeah.
Why a big break before that? I don't know. I should have looked
Weird.
into it. Like what was happening at that time that they took a break. But anyways, there was a long break.
Between March and April, this is ABC though. I was thinking of
Maybe March.
March Madness.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, maybe they have. Yeah.
Could be.
Maybe they could have had.
Yeah.
In that time slot was basketball or something. But between taping the previous episode and this episode, John Stamos had cut his hair short.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He wore a mullet wig for the final 2 episodes of this season
Wow.
and into the season 2
I
premiere.
did not know that. Okay.
And if you watch when he's dressed in his Elvis stuff, you can totally see there's no hair like draped.
Oh wow! I
You
didn't
can
realize
see
that.
it's like it's interesting.
Yeah,
It was-
I'll have to go back and look at that. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that.
The other trivia, Danny said hell again.
Yep.
So now this puts us at 10 times the word hell was
It's
used.
been used.
7
Good one.
7 by Jesse, 1 by Stephanie, and Danny with 2. And then we also have Jesse as said damn 2 times. So
Yeah.
I think this is pretty much where the tally can stop because I think it goes more G than this is. But anyways, that was my
Yeah,
trivia.
that's good.
The next episode of Full House is DJ Tanner's Day Off.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like The Rock will appear in that.
No, I
episode,
hope not.
but We'll see. We'll see what happens. Before we go to, usually we go right into the Where Are They Now?
Yeah.
I'm going to spoil the Where Are They Now segment. I'm going to do Uncle Jesse.
Okay.
I'm doing John Stamos. And since we
yeah.
are, I need you right now to bite the end of this damn candle off.
From what episode was this?
That was 2 episodes ago.
Did he
We
bite
saw,
this end or
yes, the very end of the candle was bit off. So I'm let's see this biting of the.
It doesn't. There's that damn string. I can't get that string off.
It's the wick. Got the better. Oh God. So
It's
there-
impossible.
we just proved it. Uncle Jesse's a badass and just ripped that candle piece right off of there. You didn't even get close to getting through
No,
that.
it's tough. His teeth must be made of gold.
Yeah. All right. So on to the Where Are They Now of the man that can rip the wick right off the candle. John Stamos. We'll start with his professional life. Following Full House, John Stamos has went on to do plenty more TV roles.
Yeah.
Probably the most of any
Any
of
of
the
them, yeah.
Full House people. He appeared on shows like Friends,
Yep.
Glee,
Yep.
Necessary Roughness,
Didn't know.
Grandfathered,
Nope.
and Scream Queens.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I didn't hear of most of those, but Friends and Glee I've heard of.
Yeah.
Also shows like 2.5 Men
Okay.
and Law and Order SVU.
Yep, he has.
Yep. Some of these were just like for a one episode. I know Friends was just one episode.
SVU.
Glee, I think, was a couple.
SVU is one.
No, I think SVU. He was for a while.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It might.
Like
maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe a season.
Maybe. Yeah. I can't remember. But okay. Some of them he was in several episodes or seasons.
Is that all you got? More?
No. He played Dr. Tony Gates on ER for like 5 years and 65 episodes.
Right.
He also played a therapist named Dr. Nikki on the hit thriller. This is off the internet. The hit thriller series You. Okay. I've never heard of it. Hit thriller though. I don't know. I'm not a big thriller series guy, but he appeared in ABC's The Little Mermaid Live.
Oh, you know that.
That was just like 4 years ago.
Huh.
He was supposed to star as a lead role on an ABC soap opera called Members Only.
Didn't take off.
He probably got noticed from this episode. His member was showing. But the network decided not to air the show. That would suck, but he also was a producer and appeared on a number of episodes of Fuller House.
Right.
He was a big contributor to Fuller House getting off on but more recently, he's done voice work for the animated show Spidey and His Amazing Friends.
Yes, he has.
He's Tony Stark.
All the time. Yep.
Yeah, okay. He's Tony Stark, and I thought, when I read that, I'm like, he's very fitting. Like, he has a very fitting demeanor for Tony Stark.
I love him on that.
Yeah. And then he had a show on Disney Plus called Big Shot.
Yep, I watched it.
Did you? I think I saw the first episode, and then...
He was actually really good on that show.
Yeah. He was a girls' basketball coach, right?
He was like portrayed as whatever that word is, as like Bob Knight.
Oh, okay. Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight. That was like
took the chair across the floor.
Yeah,
and...
he did the same thing. And
okay.
So yeah.
But that lasted 2 seasons and then was canceled.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah. He was in a Super Bowl 2012, so 11 years ago, commercial for Dannon Greek Yogurt.
He was.
Which is a shout out to his Greek heritage.
Yeah.
And on the same Greek note, John Stamos was invited to the White House in 2012 by Barack Obama for Greek Independence Day.
Huh.
And Obama stated that Stamos is the best looking Greek man in the entire world.
That's probably true.
It probably is, but jeez. I mean, I get it's probably a joke, but if I were a Greek man, I'd be like,
is he really Greek?
Did you look at every Greek man that's ever existed? Come on. But on a number of occasions, Stamos has performed with the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
We obviously know, and especially from last week's Gary the Ripper, he was a big Beach Boy guy. Stamos had several connections with them back in the mid to late 80s. So even before Full House, he was already kind of connected.
Pretty much keeping the Beach Boys relevant.
Right now. And he even appeared in the Kokomo music video, playing the steel drums and the congas. Not the Rock's butt cheeks, but the actual congas. But since Full House ended, he performed with the Beach Boys several times, like on Dancing with the Stars and at an event in front of the White House like 5 years ago. So that was his professional career. His personal life, during Full House, he dated Rebecca Romaine, who was a Victoria's Secret model, and they got married in 1998, which was right at the end of Full House. So he just dated her the whole time. And not the whole time, like from 94 till 98, he was dating her. But that marriage lasted until 2005, when they officially divorced. In 2017, he became engaged to model actress Caitlin McHugh.
Oh.
I looked her up. Wasn't in a lot. Huh? I don't remember. I can't remember.
McHugh?
I didn't even see a picture.
Oh, no.
That's how like not popular she is. But she's an actress model, apparently. They apparently met when they both guest starred on Law and Order SVU.
Oh, okay.
So that's how they met. They had a kid together in 2018 and also got married that year. And they even started a jewelry company together called St. Amos Jewelry, which if you look at St. Amos, it's Stamos.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
thought it was
That's
really
cool.
clever. St. Amos Jewelry, all the proceeds going to the Child Help Foundation. And I looked it up. It's still in business.
That's
It's still
cool.
a thing. So, and the jewelry looked kind of nice. I kind of was tempted to buy something.
Gonna buy some
for the rock.
St. Anus jewelry.
But that's all I have for St. Amos Stamos.
Well, Kenny, I hear that.
Oh, I am hearing something, aren't I?
Because that's bedtime music. All right. So, we're going to go back to the bowling.
Okay, we're going bowling. You haven't been an Elvis impersonator, have you?
I never have.
No, okay.
Love to be.
Oh,
Never have.
Okay.
I remember a bowling story.
Oh, yeah.
Me and my dad. So I am obviously not. I'm the worst pride bowler in our family. So I remember, like, I was having a really good game.
Okay.
But this, the guy I was bowling against, his father was, like, him and his father have a bowling team. Me and my dad were on a bowling team.
Right.
This kid was going for a 300.
Oh.
Ends up getting a 300.
Oh, nice.
Now, I think I shot like a 220 game, you know? Like, really
That's
good game.
really good for you.
Yeah, for me, it's good. 220, 230 game, you know? It's really good. My dad didn't say a word. He went over to that kid's father and congratulated him. He went to the kid, congratulated him. Pretty much, it felt like my father wished that guy was his son.
Right.
He didn't even say anything about my
Did
game.
he say, good game, son?
Nope, didn't say even that.
No, to the other kid.
Yeah, not somebody. It was a great game. Great game. Oh my gosh. What a good game.
That's
So.
funny. Even when you bowl good, bowl 50 pins over your average,
Didn't get
he gets...
didn't give it anything. That's
So-
crazy.
So what's your high game? What's...
270 something, I think.
You think 270?
I
You hit a 270 something?
would have to go back and look, but
Yeah.
I think it might be around there, yeah.
I've had a 279 and a 280,
Oh, yeah.
which means
yeah.
I went one
Yeah.
full game with only one non-strike twice in my career of bowling.
I'm pretty positive I'm up there.
Yeah,
Maybe not, though. Maybe
right.
It's only 250 or something.
Well, maybe.
Maybe
I mean,
it's
tough to-
257, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough. And then so both our dads are big
Right.
bowlers, or
Yeah.
well, your dad still bowls. My dad used to bowl.
Right.
Huge bowlers. Your dad has
He has one.
won 300.
Yep.
Only one? I thought he had two. Oh, he had a 299 the
Yeah.
one time, and that was a bummer.
Yeah.
And your brother-in-law,
He's
oh gosh, he has like 4 or
Yeah.
5, something
Yeah.
like that. But so we're surrounded with. My dad never had a 300, but was a really solid
He's a good
bowler
bowler.
for.
our grandfather.
And our grandpa was great. So, I mean, we're surrounded by some
Yeah.
good bowlers, and
I
then
just-
you're hanging around the 170s, and I haven't bowled in a couple years.
I don't know if I'm hanging around the 170s.
Oh, last I knew you were a high
I'm
160.
I was better than I was. Thanks.
So, bowling's fun. If
Yeah.
you don't bowl, you ought to
Yeah, give it a try.
Yeah,
It's healthy for you.
yeah. It's healthy. You get a discount on your insurance for it, apparently.
So that was the bedtime story of today. We'll see you next week with another lovely, luscious bedtime story.
Jesus. Luscious. All right, so thank you for tuning into this episode of TGIF Renegades. We are happy you gave us a listen. Join us every Friday to listen to a new episode, or go back and listen to old episodes.
Right.
You're sitting on a gold mine if you've discovered
Tons of
our
them now.
podcast. And if you need to keep up with Family Matters or Full House, Hulu is where you should go. You might find something that The Rock is into. If
Right.
this stirred you to watch The Rock, I encourage you to go watch The Rock in something.
Absolutely.
And picture him in an Arthur costume.
Let's recap real quick.
All right,
Okay.
let's recap.
Rock
In Arthur.
in an Arthur costume. you're naked on the front, on his shoulders, holding on to his shoulders.
Yes.
Uncle Jesse and Marilyn Monroe are making out on his butt cheeks, while I am holding onto your naked balls sack, while the guys that play our sentimental music are in
sensitive music in this one.
Are in Carl's bowling bag, hitting off of the Rock's toe. Did I miss anything? Is that it?
No, that's more than enough was said there. We left a great image in everyone's mind.
Good.
But that's if you want to imagine that, go for it. Listen to more of our episodes. Go to our website, tgifrenegades.com. You can get to our social media. Right. Hopefully you'll see Alex.
Yeah, I'm still picking this wax out of my feet.
Failing to bite the ends off of a candle. It's hope you enjoyed the episode.
Yes. And like we always say,
thank
God,
it's
Friday! Hey, Kenny, grab me another beer.